What's up, everybody? It's early in the morning. Well, it really ain't that early. It's 8. That's what you got to do. Have to be careful. Don't knock your blooms off. If you do, if you break them, if you break this, sometime you break it off. Be trying to get your peas off, and sometimes you'll break that stem off. It don't matter, cause look, if the camera focus, it don't matter, cause you see there, they branch off. They branch off like anything else, so ain't no big deal. But peas, I'm gonna tell you this: these lady cream peas, they so prolific. If you've never grown lady creams, I would recommend them for sure. If you don't know where to get seeds, let me know. That's a Louisiana version of the lady cream pea. It's called pâte de poulet. It means chicken's foot. Because when it grows, it usually grows 3 peas, and it looks like the 3 toes on a chicken's foot. I'm just looking in here to see if I have any females. So this is kind of what I do every morning, y'all. I come out, see do I have any females, and look at my plants to see if anything looks off, weird, different. And then I make adjustments like this here. Instead of grabbing onto the tool, I want it to grow out that way. Like I said, check. I don't see any females right now. I see this over here, but y'all see my squash coming on out. Coming on out from up under here. Let me move this brick. Be careful when you have bricks on your tool. That weight, it can tear your tool. This tool is not, it's not the strongest fabric in the world. Y'all can't see what I'm doing. So as these grow naturally, the tendril's gonna grab that tool. But when it grabs that tool, it has a tendency to just want to grab it and then just grow up into it. So you want to separate and get those tools off of there, and then guide the let's see. I really don't need no brick right there, but you want to guide the that vine. See, like here, and I'm guiding all of my vines to go that way. I don't want them going that way. Here's another, and I just have bricks around the edge holding this down. But see here, it'll grab the tool, and then it'll just kind of bind up and grow into it. So I disconnect the tendrils from it, and then route the vine the way I want it to go. So here's another one. Okay, that didn't break, it just bent. If you break your squash vines, it's okay. They'll grow another one. They'll vine. They'll branch, make another one. For Miss Cynthia, there go that Seminole. It's in there. Here go a big old male flower. It's been making flowers lately. And like I said, I just get in here and look for females. I don't see any females today. There's nothing to hand pollinate today. Pretty much just a little bit of rearranging. Y'all see the okra. I got a little okra field here. I wish it was a little bit more thinned in. I may go in there and plant some beets in between there, or something of that nature. I came out here to tell y'all about the crackhead, because I know that's why y'all clicked on the video. Dollar Tree seeds, baby. Them little herbs. I don't see anything with the rosemary as of yet. I see plenty of purslane. Purslane just comes up once you have it, you have it. So I've been doctoring and working on this old crackhead over here. Been doctoring and working. And look at this. Beautiful new growth. So I know y'all probably gonna say, well, what have I been doing? Well, first of all, if I had any, this leaf still got it. Yeah, it's brown on the edge, but I had some stuff that was, see this here, that's dead. I usually cut that, but I'd go in there and take that off. But I come in here, and a lot of these leaves that's really curled up and crispy, I take them off. Now, I didn't take them all off at once, but I kind of take them off as I go. You can take them all off at once, but also sometimes I don't want to stand here all day and do that. But then also these branches to the inside that are crispy, get rid of them. So I could just really kind of go in here and kind of hard prune it, but I'm trying to leave some leaves to do photosynthesis. And I also don't want a ton of new growth. We coming to the end of the season, and sometimes this green growth, if it doesn't have time to harden up enough, you may run into a risk at the end of the season. If it gets cold on you, it may freeze that new growth off. So it's like that growth never happened. This one over here also put on some new leaves. I may actually really prune this one. I may not. I don't know. I may leave it. Here's my asparagus. All these babies here. So 1, 2, 3. Oh, I can't count how many it is. It's probably 10 or 20 of them in there. So I appreciate Clausen World because she saved me from having to buy asparagus. Because every time I go to the store and buy crowns, those crowns, y'all have been to the store, you see those crowns, and those crowns, you can't tell if they're living or if they're dead. They're so dried up. Those crowns look a mess when you go to the store. And I'm sorry, I'm not willing to take a gamble on that. Yeah, I know it's, what is it? Between $5 and $10. I'm not willing to take a gamble on those dried up crowns like that, because I'm not for all of that. Buying that stuff and got to take it back and all this foolishness. That done kind of rooted to the ground, so we'll just tuck it back in. I ain't gonna pull the roots up. But y'all see the sweet potato. So hopefully I'm gonna get a decent harvest. I got tomatoes and peppers and stuff in these tires. I just planted out these tires. Who's to say how well they'll do? My sweet potato vines, to keep them contained, when they grow out, I just turn them back in to the middle. See, like here, I just turn them back into the middle because I don't want them to cover up the edges. See this one? We got escapee. So you just take it and tuck him back up in there. Yeah. Just take him and tuck him back in. Same with this. If they're coming out too far, take them and tuck them back. They vines, they gonna try it. They like baby kids, they try it, but you just keep that under control. Same thing with the peas. When they get out here too much, I train them back up in there. But yeah, y'all, the crackhead seems to be, I think he's in recovery. I think he's in inpatient rehab. He's in rehab, but it's inpatient. Soon y'all to be the outpatient rehab. So my ground cherries that I planted are starting to look good. I know if we get a good rain, they'll really look good, because ground cherries don't take much for them to kind of take off. My roselle is looking beautiful. Roselle, and then this, of course, the callaloo is going to outdo the roselle. It grows so doggone fast. Don't worry about that white. If you're new, that's kale and clay. Don't worry about that. It's not nothing. Not no disease or nothing. These turnips, I guess they ain't going to go to seed for me. Let me tell you something. As long as these turnips want to make greens, I'll be harvesting greens. If you understand what I'm saying, look how pretty this collard is in here. I believe the bugs don't know that that's in there. They can't. That's going to be a pretty collard. It's looking pretty now. I'm going to drop some more collard seeds so that fall, I'm going to drop collard seeds there and there, maybe. But I know there, because that okra ain't going to make it through the cold. I can let the collards, let me show y'all something. When you be planting, you can phase in and out of your garden a little easier. I know some people like to clean out their whole beds and stuff, and sometimes I do too. See, look at this here. This pea. Take that pea and stick him down in there. And then this here, I just chop and drop. I'm gonna pull that up and lay it down. Okay. Show y'all how to phase in out of your garden a little better. or a little easier. I know some people like to clean out their whole beds and start fresh. That's ideal, but sometimes time don't allow you to do that, especially if you're waiting on stuff to go to seed or whatever you might be waiting on. So you see down here where I got this okra, and this is a perfect vantage point, and this is dead, and I'm gonna get that pea off of there, and I'm gonna pull this out. See how there ain't no roots on that? This was seed. But anyhow, y'all see how y'all can see the ground in between there, and you see how you see the sunlight coming in between there? If you take your collard seeds, because you don't even have to bury collards, you can just scatter them. Take your collard seeds and scatter them at the base of these okras. They're still going to get enough sun to germinate and to come up as small plants. And they'll do two things. They'll shade that ground and help keep it moist around that okra, so you won't have to water as hard. And then the okra will give them a little bit of shade so they don't just cook in the hot sun. Okay, your okra, think about it like a forest. Your collards, when they little, will be like an understory, and your okra will be like an upper story. Okay, so they'll be taller, so they'll be beneficial to each other. A lot of people say companion plant and all this kind of stuff. Yeah, you can companion plant. Let's see, just like here, these were some seeds that dropped from those plants I just had here. Just volunteers that dropped. See here, they come up just fine. Yeah, they little right now. Winter come, the pea gonna be gone, the okra gonna be gone. Them things, and by the time they get big, by the time it's gone, they'll just pop and bust and come right on out and be big. But I need more than two. That ain't gonna get it. I need this whole bed just about full. I see another volunteer over in there. Can y'all see those small collards right in there? And so that way you can go into your fall garden without having to, I got to clean out the whole bed. No, you don't. Wait till your okra die. Pull it out or cut it out. Just cut it flush with the ground. Sometimes y'all okra, the roots so deep and stuff, when you pull it up, you be disturbing the ground too much. So if you had your collards and stuff planted down in here, when you pull it up, you pulling that soil up, you pulling your collards up, that's stupid. Don't do that. Don't be stupid. Cut that flush with the ground. Leave those roots in there and let them rot. Y'all got to stop pulling up everything. You be doing too much. You're doing too much damn work. You're working yourself to death. Gardening shouldn't shorten your life. It should lengthen your life. Some of y'all be doing too much. You're panicking. Just breathe. You'll be all right. Some of y'all, your mama never told you to rub some dirt in it. You know, that's what my mama used to do. I used to scrape myself, rub some dirt in it. You're all right. Hell. Let me see here. See this here? When you got a advantageous boiled maypops, They about, I'm telling you, I'm about to call them invasive. I come out here every day and pull these up. Pull up it, not the same ones, but it's not that much work, y'all, but Jesus, I'm just tired of pulling them up. They about bad as these oaks. Oaks ain't about a lot of that either. But I don't want this maypop taking over this bed. And I didn't plant maypop over here. The roots, they go up on the ground. I didn't know that when I planted them, but it is what it is, cause if I get some maypops, my granny was the one who turned me on to maypops. I don't know if she knew did this, cause she said she used to go up in the wood and get maypops. They used to grow wild in the woods. They probably still do grow wild in the woods. You go to the right spot. But you see my watermelons looking good. I got watermelons. I throw watermelon seeds in here. I got carrots in here. I got okra in here. Some of these carrots, I've been pulling out carrots, eating them here and there. I've been pulling tops and eating them too. Aisha, I made some of that carrot top pesto. Child, good. What you done turned me on to now? If y'all ain't took your carrot tops, you can cut these while they still in the ground too. You ain't got to wait till you pull your carrot. Baby, get you enough of them suckers and make you some pesto. Find your pesto recipe, honey. Honey, you talking about eating. That's some good eating. I still ain't put my bamboo up. I got to do that. But I wanted to show y'all this. I come out here. Dog, how did I miss this pea? Sitting up here bold as day. Sitting up here. Did y'all see this? If you saw this and ain't said nothing, you ain't right. You ain't right. You need to tell me something. Holler out. Hell, y'all know I can't hear. Okay. Let's go back here. And let's go back here, and it's actually okay this morning. It's 80 degrees, but the humidity is fairly low. So what we're gonna do is I want to talk a little bit about watering and how to set up things sometimes to help your water if you're hand watering. If you got irrigation, this may not apply to you if your whole garden is irrigated. But let's see here. So let me go through and show y'all. So y'all see I have zones in my yard. That's one. This is a huge one. And that's one. So y'all may wonder, I know some people say, well, why you didn't plant all this? First of all, because I actually like having a little bit of yard. That's first of all. I actually do, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes I like to sit out here. I may lay out here. I may do things, you know what I'm saying? Eventually, that stuff is going to move. When I buy that lot, y'all, I do want a yard. That's probably going to come out from back there. That greenhouse is going to come out from back there. Because at some point, I want a real greenhouse. That greenhouse is straight, but I want something for real, for real. But y'all, I do like having a yard. I don't mind having, you know, gardening spaces to beautify and add productivity. I have no desire to lose my whole yard. Maybe some of y'all don't use y'all yard. I do. I have dogs. I got cats. I use the yard. It becomes an entertainment space when I need it to. You know what I'm saying? When you invite the family over and they got the kids and stuff, kids like to run. I don't want to run through my stuff. Run out here on the grass. So yeah, I have no desire to get rid of my whole yard. Do I wish grass would mow itself? Hell yeah, I do. But you know, we ain't figured that out yet. I'm checking on I got some baby cucumbers. I got cucumbers coming on. See? Cucumber. That one ain't open. There's one. So y'all keep in mind, so anything in the cucurbit family, watermelon, squash, cucumbers, pumpkin, anything lupus, anything like that, y'all keep in mind, because some of y'all, I think you think soon as you see some green leaves, you're supposed to start seeing some fruit. That's a lie. That's a lie. I don't know who told you that lie. And anybody who do a video and make it and portray it like that's how it's going to be, they a lie. Stop watching them. Because see, you watch the wrong person, get you in trouble. Let me show you. Y'all look at this plant. This is more than one plant. I think this is two. But I just want to show you. Look at this plant. By the way, I know y'all going to say, oh, you just letting that water run. Yeah, you're right, I am. So sometimes you can do yourself a favor. So the way my land slopes, I can set that water right there and it slopes down toward the back. While I'm talking to y'all, that's watering. I don't have to do it. I don't have to hold it. I can be doing something else. I do have a sprinkler that aims up into the air, but that don't have to aim in the air. It can just go on the ground and seep into the ground, okay? All right, so back to what I'm saying. Tamp this down. Weed. Anyway, so this is one plant. Yes, they both were planted at the same time. These were my most mature plants, and these were my most mature plants. Or when I say most mature, the best looking plants when I planted them out. They were the biggest. The weenies that I didn't even think was gonna make it was the ones on the end. This one. And then I had some in there that didn't even make it. Okay? And you gonna get off my citrus tree. Vines. I don't play these games. It's a lot of vines over here I need to weed eat. Y'all don't mind that. It's, you know, I'm forever fighting the jungle back in this yard. Okay, so look at this one. This plant here has never given me a cucumber. Or if it has, it might have given me one. Y'all see all these flowers? All of these are males. I don't see any female. The female is going to have the fruit behind it. So if you're growing a cucumber, it's going to look like it got a baby cucumber behind it. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Right here is a good example. Can y'all see that? Flower, cucumber. Show you another one. This one has an open. Flower, cucumber. Versus, see just the male, no cucumber. Flower with a cucumber. Flower, no cucumber. Okay, it's just like humans. Women produce the babies. The babies is the fruit. Okay? If you can't remember, just think about humans. And if you don't know who produced the babies out of the humans, I don't know what to tell you. I really don't know what to tell you. Look at this here. That's some kind of honey. And look at this vine. How it's tore up and mangled. I don't know what's going on with that. Look at that. Something been eating. That thing probably that's on there. That's okay. You're going to get off of there in a minute. But see here. This didn't get pollinated well. I'm not even going to fool with that. I'm just going to break it off and throw it down. Not all of your cucumbers are going to get pollinated well. Some of them will. This vine died out. I don't know exactly what happened. It looked like it died out all the way to the ground. I don't know what happened with that. I'm not worried about it. I still have more than one cucumber up here. And 'tis making fruit. So I'm not worried about it. So y'all understand when your plants come on, you're going to see a whole lot of males for a while. I'm talking about squash too. You're going to see a whole lot of males for a while. Then you'll start seeing females. You get what I'm saying? Then you'll start seeing females. There's going to be a whole lot more males than it is females. Because I want y'all to just stay. Y'all see all that yellow? The vast majority of that is males. I only see like 4 females. But y'all see all that yellow. And I know that water hose is behind there. But try not to look at the water hose. But you see all those flowers? And I see a cucumber in there. But when the females come on, they're going to start coming on. Because you see in there? Can y'all see that one? That's 1. That's 2. That's 3. And I'm just counting the ones that's open, not the ones that's closed. 3. I thought I saw 4. Oh, this one has already been pollinated. 4. But you see what I'm saying? 4 for all of these males that's in here. But that's so the bees can, and this is the only place where I really have a bunch of bees this year. I mean, this construction is really, it's like I live in Beirut. Because I woke up this morning and thought they was in my yard. But anyhow, so that's that on the cucumbers, y'all. Don't let people fool y'all and tell y'all. Or what I'm saying is don't give up on your plants because you're not seeing, I mean, bulldozers, all kinds of stuff going down the street. Concrete trucks. Are they redoing that street over there? Hope they don't come over here and do, well, they probably gonna do my street next. I mean, I sure ain't gonna be able to film then. But, I see people talking about, oh, my squash ain't gonna do nothing. First of all, let me say this again. I said this in the live yesterday. If you are a new gardener, do not plant this stuff. Okay, you need to treat your plants like you would treat an infant child. That's how you need to treat your plants. What do I mean? If you have a baby, adopt a baby, borrow a baby, steal a baby, whatever you do, when you get the baby to your house, if it's an infant, do you just lay him down and don't feed him and don't change diaper and don't? No, you do not. You have to take care of the baby. You don't, most time people is so scared they won't even really leave the baby alone. The baby sometimes be playing, be fine with themselves, and the adults can't hardly stand to leave it alone. Do your garden like that. Be where you can't hardly leave your garden alone. I'm scared to leave it alone. It's a baby. It needs me. Because your garden does need you. It needs you when you first plant that stuff. And then when you have a baby, do you feed it trash food if you can help it? Now, I'm not talking about the people. We all know there's some people out here that, you know, they got to do what they got to do. But I'm talking about the normal, ordinary, average, everyday person. No, you get your baby the best food you can. And if you're breastfeeding, you try to eat right so that the baby can eat right. So when you plant your plants, are you fertilizing? Are you feeding them? Would you have a baby and expect to not feed it? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. I don't care what you saw on YouTube. If you saw some people on YouTube that indicated to you that you don't need to feed your stuff and that you can just put some plants down and that you ain't got to water your stuff and that you can throw them seeds and throw them plants to the wind and then go in the house and when you come back out 2 months later you harvest, them people lied to you. I just want to let you know them people lied to you. They lied to you so much. So don't do that. Don't expect. And so therefore don't be pulling your plants if you know you haven't done everything. If you know you haven't done everything, leave that plant in the ground and give it a chance. Don't do it like how people do y'all. You know what I'm saying? They ain't give you no chance. They wrote you off. So they just, don't do that. Be different. Do something different. You know what I'm saying? That stuff bleeds over into your life. That way, when you see people struggling, you'll give them a chance because you have a different mindset. Some of y'all want to stay in the same stupid ass mindset. Don't even get me started. But anyway, mosquitoes, I done put on repellent. They still after me. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. It's like I live in the tropics. So let me talk about this watering. I know we had 25 minutes. Hold with me. I'm giving y'all the information. Let me equate this. I'm gonna tell you like I equated it to somebody the other day. Yeah, I know my video's long. I don't want to hear it. I'm giving out information and jewels in every doggone video. And you can say what you want. If you don't like it, click off. I don't care. It don't bother me. I want the people who want it. If you don't want it, move around. You know what I'm saying? If you go to college, you got to sit in class for at least an hour. The shortest class is 50 minutes. If you got a Tuesday, Thursday class, that class is an hour and 20, hour and 30, something like that. If you can dedicate yourself to sitting in class and paying attention for an hour, my videos rarely ever are an hour. They be 30, 40 minutes, at the longest. 20 minutes a lot of times at the shortest. Pay attention. Lock in. Get this information. Real talk. Because if you think about college as an investment, yeah, I know you, but see, here's the thing. I guess people have to pay for college to see it as an investment. I don't. YouTube University is free. You can get all the free information that you want if you watch the right people. And they will give you this game for free. All you have to do is take the time to invest in yourself. You see what I'm saying? Do not be afraid to take the time to invest in yourself. Yes, your time is valuable, but if you are learning, that's an investment. Because if you learn something that will help you grow your food and be healthier and things of this nature, does that not benefit you? For free, I'm giving out this game. Because do you understand at some point in my life, I'm probably going to go to doing classes and I'm probably going to go to making money off of this. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I'm going to end my YouTube channel. I'm going to charge everybody, but doggone it, I ain't stupid. I got enough knowledge to know that I can do seminars easily. I'm not stupid. Please don't think that I'm dumb. I may act crazy. I'm foolish, but I'm not dumb. There's a difference. So let me get with y'all, tell y'all about this watering. So as you can see, I have a big cluster of stuff all planted here together. And I have it staged. I have lower stuff in the front, medium stuff, and then tall stuff, the trees, okay? The reason why I have this gathered and grouped like this is because it makes it easy for me to water. I do not have irrigation in this part of the garden. At some point, I probably will. But it's one thing at a time. I don't have minions and people working for me. I don't have staff and, I don't have all that. So you see how I can kind of stand right here and I can water a whole lot of stuff at once. Let me help y'all out. Y'all see this here? Now this is a vintage one. This is an old school one. If you want the old school one, let me see if I can, because it's white, y'all can't read it. Try to get it where y'all can read it. Let's see, can y'all read that? Can y'all read that where it says the Ross? And it says California. You can't read all of it. Patent 1924. So this is an old school head. I'm going to tell you why I like the old school. You see how the water come out like that? It's a large volume of water, but it comes out gently. Do they make new ones like this that look like this? Yes, they do. I have one. It's okay. It's not bad. If you can't get anything else, get that one. But this one is going to cost the same as the new one. The new one that I bought, I paid $10. I paid $11 for this one. The dollar more, I take it every single time. This one is made out of brass. Just screws onto your water hose. Don't worry about this. That's a quick connect. I have quick connects on my hoses because I ain't got time for all that screwing. I can just pull this collar down and it pops out. And like I said, these are things that you learn over time. You learn the gadgets, the tools, the tricks of the trade over time to save you time. There's a little connector on here too. I have that on all my different sprayers. I can just pop them on and off. Or whatever attachment I have for the hose, I can just pop them on and off. That's not something you got to get off top. But like I said, as you go, You make things easier for yourself. So you see how far this goes? Can y'all see that? I don't know if y'all can tell. I'm watering stuff that's 10, 11, 12 feet away from me just by standing in this one spot. I'm watering all the way back there to those taro. Look like elephant ears back there. I'm watering way back there. That's 15 feet away from me. So you see how I can stand here and talk to y'all and water. I'm watering the pear tree, the 2 peach trees behind me, the taro and the horseradish, and what else is in there? And the turmeric that's in that container. The peach way back in the corner, I'm watering that. I'm watering this stuff down here in the front. I really don't have much in this. I don't have nothing in this except for one. One of them's got a little volunteer in it. I come over here, same thing. See that red container? I can water the citrus. See how I can shoot the water way back? Try to show y'all. It's kind of hard to see how far it's going back. But y'all, that's why I swear by these vintage sprayers. You can go online and find you some. If you type in vintage hose sprayer or even vintage sprinklers. I like the vintage sprinklers better. I don't know how they drilled the holes, but it makes a larger volume of water come out, but it doesn't beat the hell out. You see how I'm spraying this up close? And you see how those leaves are just barely moving? Newer ones, when you spray like this, you'll damn near knock all the leaves off your stuff. It's so powerful. I don't know what the difference is and how they're made and the technology of why that works the way it works. This is also brass. It'll never rust on you. The only thing you got to worry about, don't crush it, don't step on it, don't do that kind of thing. Brass is not as strong as steel. I think the new ones, they make are out of steel. That's why they rust on you. They rust here and you can't hardly get them off and all this kind of stuff. That's another reason why I got quick connects. But this, if you look further out, you see how that's almost like raindrops? So this actually mimics rain. But as you can see, I have all this stuff grouped together and it's not hard for me to water. I can stand in one spot and the sprayer allows me to aim this water. Look how much stuff I can water at once. See, I can water those 2 pools at once. See what I'm saying? And you see, do you see how the leaves is barely moving? Because this is not so strong that it's bowing all your plants. Now, I'm telling you, that new stuff, tell me if I'm lying. When you spray it, get up on it and watch how it'll bow your stuff down. The rain pattern, the water pattern is so gentle when it comes out of the sprayer that you don't have to worry about that. Come over here and y'all can see I've only moved twice. This is my 3rd move. Okay? This is my 3rd move. And I'm trying to be careful back here. I don't want to tear up my strawberries. I have to kind of pull my hose. I'm one-handed. So I have to pull my hose full out like this. But look and see, I'm still watering. Aim your water and pull your hose out. See how you can do 2 things one time? One-handed now, one-handed bandit. So you see how I can go and I can go in here and water. All these figs right here, I only have them clustered up like this so I can do this. See how I can stand here and water all this stuff at once? Because these figs are in pots. All of these pots in a row like this so I can water all this at once. They're all sitting on, with the exception of 2 of them, they're all sitting on saucers as well. Because those figs will jump a pot on you. And they'll be down in the ground. You can pull them up and break the roots. This won't kill the plant. I did it before. But I've had to move those. But you see how I can just stand here, very relaxed, and just water. And you want to make sure that everything that you know, while you're watering, everything is getting very well saturated. Okay? You don't want to see how long I'm standing on this. See how long? Now let me say this. If you keep your ground moist, look at that. And I'm gonna talk about, look at that water shooting off that. That's so pretty to me. But I'm gonna talk to y'all about that too in just a second. But make sure that you're standing and you're watering long enough. You don't want to just go real fast like, oop, and now I'm through. No, you're not through with that section. Keep going. You're not through. You may think you're through, you're not through. When you, I think I got some figs ready. When you water as well, something you want to notice how the water bounces off the leaves. I know they tell you don't get your leaves wet, it'll burn your plants and all that. That's bull. It's 80 degrees right now. It's early in the morning and this is in the shade. But can y'all see how that water is running off that fig and running off that peach and stuff like that? Look and see how that water falls, because that's how it falls when it rains. And that's, like I said, that's another reason why I like this sprayer. It mimics the rain. It very much so mimics the rain. Because a lot of this stuff, when you see how the water, because sometimes it may rain and you may say, well, why is my stuff not wet? Because watch this. You see that fig? Can y'all see not very much of that water is going into that pot? You see how it's hitting those leaves and it's going to the ground? A lot of that water ain't getting in that pot. It's not. That's where a tree works. So trees have, when they tell you to water and feed, where do they tell you to water and feed? Around the drip line. What is the drip line? You see where that water falling down on the ground, where it's hitting those leaves and it's being guided kind of around the perimeter of the tree? That's the drip line. That's why they tell you to, feed and water out that way, because when it rains, that's where the rain naturally hits the ground, and that's where the tree naturally sends out feeder roots. Now, I ain't necessarily talking about a big old oak like this here. Trees like that, their roots go so far that I got news for you. Water can hit a mile away from them, and they probably still gonna get water. And because of the way oak trees are, they just really seek out resources. They're very resourceful in that way. But like I said, see those big containers way back there? See how I'm able to water those? I'm 12 feet away from those. I don't have to get up on them. Y'all see that fig way out there? Watch this. Boop, watering. See what I'm talking about? I can stand here and water those figs way out there. That's 15 feet out. All I have to do is just guide my water. Guide my water. Guide my water. Make sure. See what I'm saying? So always pay attention. Just like, look at this. When you water these, you see how that leaf is shooting that water right outside the bottom of that container? Keep in mind, when it rains, that's what it's going to do too. Okay? So these are things that you need to start paying attention to when you're watering, you see what I'm saying? Every little thing when you're in your garden, you should be paying attention. You shouldn't be standing out there mindless. I done told y'all before. I'm watering and here come the birds. The birds like to get a little water. The lizards will get a little water. I'll have y'all to know too. Some took my brown turkey fig and took the organza bag and everything. I believe that was a raccoon or a possum. Ain't nothing took the organza bag and everything. And I have yet to find. I was walking looking for the organza bag. I can't find it, y'all. Can't find it. It was them organza bags around some figs. Took 2 of my figs with the organza bags. I just have y'all to know it's just pitiful. It's just absolutely pitiful. See how I can water? I can water those. These are gallon galls way over there in that Rubbermaid tote way back there, standing back here. So a lot of times you can take 2 or 3 steps, and you can water everything you need to water. Try to keep your ground moist already. Try your best. If you can keep your ground somewhat moist, don't let it dry out. You don't have to stand out here and water as long. If you let your stuff dry out, you're going to have to stand out here for 4 days. That's the nature of the beast. That's why I try to tell y'all, do not let your soils dry out. They have a tendency to go hydrophobic on you. And hydrophobic means, what does like arachnophobia mean? You're scared of spiders. So arachnid is a spider. That's what I think, that's what class they're in or whatever. I can't remember, genus, species, class. I can't remember if that's the class or the species or whatever. But that's not important. Arachnid means spider. Phobia means fear of. So anytime you hear phobic, that means something is afraid of whatever the first part. So hydrophobic, hydra means water, like hydration, same word. Okay? That's why I tell y'all, you must know the English language very, very well. You need to make sure that you're able to understand these words. If English is your first language, you should be working on mastering English if you don't master nothing else, because you can hold better conversations. You can understand what people are talking about more when you can relate one word to the other. You should know which words are related. Just same way I tell y'all you should know which plants are related. You should always know what's related to what, and then you have a better understanding. Okay, a lot of y'all think that I'm smart, yeah, and to a point, but a lot of this is training. My mother didn't allow me to speak English and not really know anything. She didn't allow me to walk around. She said, "What this word is just like what other word?" Exactly. See, because our English is based on the Latin language, and Latin, if you know your root words, a lot of time you can figure out what people are talking about, and you don't fully know what they're talking about. But because you know the root words, you got it. Okay. So let me go down and through here. So I said y'all should forever be learning. You should be reading. You should be doing. You should be pushing. You should be striving. Find what you're interested in. But I want to talk about these figs. Go down in here with these figs. So I had some to fall off here. That's right. Now that other in there is a food. I guess the watering might have helped a little because they got washed. Okay. I'm going to get this to the edge of this organza bag so I can get it out. I hope this ain't overripe. Oh, the old light, so bad. Oh no. It's a little watered down because I've been watering. Let me tell you something about fig. Careful with your watering, or if it just rained, because you want your figs to the flavor will be washed out if you the flavor will be washed out if you water too much. The flavor concentrates when it doesn't have too much water. Here's another one here. This is the Emma though. Hopefully this one, sorry y'all, this light is terrible in the morning like this, the way it's shining. Okay, there we go. This Emma, it is good though. I can taste the potential in that. So this is the first year that Emma has bared fruit for me. I can see the potential in that. This dropped, not sure why, but guess what? You put all your energy into making that fig, so I'm gonna drop that fig right back down in that pot. Feed your mother, because it's hard as a rock. It ain't no good. I mean, you get what I'm saying. It wasn't ripe before it dropped. These are okay figs, but understand once again, first year blooming. I mean, first year fruiting. So your fig trees, give them a little time, because they don't taste all the way they're gonna taste the first year. Okay, so give your stuff some time. Pigeon peas blooming. This sucker about 3 feet. They're blooming. I'm determined to give me some pigeon peas. Determined. So let me go over here on this other side. I think I see a Violette de Bordeaux. This is the first time my Violette de Bordeaux has fruited. So y'all get to go along with me as I try these fruits. And this is the only Violette de Bordeaux. It's not quite ready, but you see it's turning purple on me. This one should get a dark purple for me. And I'm gonna check this pot, because this one's not on a saucer. No, it's got plenty moisture. Okay, I don't know if my cotton is in enough sun. I say that, but it looks like it's trying to make some little some bloom. But I think that was the only figs that were ready. Y'all, I ate the rest of my rustant reds. The last 3, they were absolutely delicious. I'm gonna just rinse my finger off in this little water. This is some water that come out that hose. It ain't the cleanest in the world, but it's enough to get that dirt off my finger. But the citrus, for whatever reason, are putting on a lot of growth, and I'm gonna let them. They're getting some tall branches. I'm gonna let them. I'm gonna let that lignify and do what it's gonna do. I need to water this elderberry. I've got to water it. Elderberry loves a lot of water, y'all, especially if it's not in the ground. I mean, they just suck water. It's crazy how much water they need. I feel like they're almost a swamp plant. I got some water in here. I don't want the mosquitoes to form. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull this. I hope y'all can see what I'm doing. So I'm gonna pour all that water in there. I got a saucer at the bottom to help it. Those saucers will help it suck up some of that water. I need the water over here, but I'm gonna do that off camera. I'm not gonna keep y'all no longer. It's been 45 minutes. So class is up. If you learned something, tell me what you learned in the comment section. I heard that big old piece of wood drop last night. I knew I heard something. But if you learned something, put it in the comment section. Look at this. 3 feet of growth, 1 year. It's beautiful. Look how beautiful these are. Stop overwatering your citrus. If they not green like this, you're doing too much. All right. With that, till next time, see you guys later.